because death came into the land. Do you understand that? See, what us Christians, if you're a true Christian, what you're sad over is not only, I know, it's not, I gotta clean that. It's not just the separation of our friends and our family who've gone before us. It's the idea that sin has caused separation, not just with us, but by a holy God, which should demonstrate to us the major depravity of human kind. Okay, so you're thinking this thing all wrong. And Elisa, don't take offense to this, but you're too person focused. You think too much on a human level. You're not thinking on a God level because you don't really know the real God. Now you may go to a Catholic.
I've never seen the real God, and I won't see the real God until I am on the other side.
I didn't say see. I didn't say see.
Yeah, but
I said you don't know him. You don't know him intimately. Otherwise, you would pass the test.
But nobody does.
I do. I know God in an intimate way. You know how I know him in an intimate way? Because I've been born again in the Spirit. He has drawn me to himself. I get down on my knees, and he has given me a new nature. In Corinthians, it says, whoever's in Christ, he is a brand new person. The old former self.
Don't you think that when I go, don't you think when I go to church, I'm kneeling down? The first thing I do when I walk into church is I kneel down and I pray.
Okay.
I pray for
lots of people
not
pray.
Myself. I don't pray for myself. I pray for everybody else. I prayed for all my friends that suffered, all my friends that have just died. I prayed that when they did die, especially this last one, my friend that just died, I prayed that God opened and welcomed her with open arms, and that she's not suffering and in pain anymore. That's the only thing that's making me deal with this right now. I can't fathom the fact that my girlfriend is gone. I can't fathom the fact
I can only imagine.
My friend Steven is gone. Everybody is gone, and sometimes I feel guilty because I feel that he's taking them away from me. That I'm being punished.
Yeah, no, Elisa, wait, hold on.
Then I have to realize, you know what? They're not suffering anymore. They're not in pain anymore.
How do you know?
I'm going to suffer.
Okay, Elisa, hold on. I'm not, and please don't think that I'm taking lightly the death of your family and friends. I think death is horrible. I think it separates. It makes us feel sad. But this discussion's not about that. See, people are going to come and go out of this world. We can't stop it, right?
Yeah, but my friend's parents did not deserve to bury their daughter today.
Oh, I know. That's terrible. That's terrible, Lisa.
My other friends, all my friends that have died in the past 2 months, their mothers, their fathers, they had to bury their children. No matter what, I don't care what age it is. You don't bury a child. My grandmother I had to watch my grandmother bury my father.
I know, that's horrible.
You know how terrible that is?
I've had the same experiences myself, Elisa.
Do you want to know how sad it is to see your own grandmother ask, where's his hand? I want to feel his hand.
Oh, it's terrible. Well, we just had a friend of ours' little daughter die. She was only, my goodness, the darling was only 21. She died in a car accident. You know, this is a young couple. This isn't, they're barely in their 40s.
I had a friend that buried her baby. She gave birth and the baby didn't even make it. That was the worst funeral.
Okay, can I ask you a question, Elisa? Why is there death?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
You have to know this, Elisa. Elisa.
I thought I knew it, but after you don't understand, Chad. What I went through this past summer, I can't. I'm so confused over death right now. I thought that death.
Can I tell you then, Elisa? Can I tell you the answer?
What?
I want to give you the answer.
Okay, tell me.
The reason there's death is because when man was created, God gave man free will. Did you get that? When Adam and Eve were created in the world, He gave Adam and Eve free choice to do what they thought was obedient to God. And what did Adam and Eve really do? Do you know?
Besides the fact that they ate the forbidden fruit?
Yes. And what happened as the result of that eating of that forbidden fruit?
Pain and suffering in my book.
Death. Death.
Well,
God
pain and
says
suffering.
if you eat of this fruit, you will surely what? Die. You will surely die. Now, here's a question I have for you, Elisa, and you're going to be tested in your first apologetical question. Supposing I was a skeptic. Oh, Elisa, why believe in this God? After all, can I ask you a question? Why would a God who knows everything put a tree in the garden that he knew Adam and Eve would eat? In other words, why, Elisa, if God knew that Adam and Eve would sin, why would he put that tree in the garden?
I don't think it was the fact that he knew they were going to sin. He was putting them to a test.
You're absolutely 100% wrong because God is all-knowing. He absolutely knew they would.
We're always tested. Life to me.
Okay, go with that.
Test.
What kind of test was it? What kind of test was it? You keep going. You're on the right track, Elisa.
Test of faith.
Who was that? Who was that?
Who was what?
Who said that? Who just said that line?
I did.
What did you say?
I said creepy.
I said it was a test of faith.
No, I know. No, it's the right answer.
The way I said it,
it's
right?
It's the way you
it's the
said
way
it.
It kind of freaked me out too.
He kind of creeped us out there. He's like, it was a test of faith, and it was just loud and low, and I'm like, who the heck was that?
Well,
I'm just kidding with you, Mark. No, it really
that's
was
all right.
creepy, but I'm glad it was just you. Okay.
That goes along with the passing of Wes Craven this week. That's why, master of horror, which you remember
Elisa,
from a previous life.
Elisa, let me go back to this real quick because I know we don't have much time left. Let me dive into this. Why, oh why, would God do this? Now, you said it's a test. Mark just said it was a test of faith. In what sense was it a test of faith? What was he testing? Their faith in what sense? Starts with an L.
I'm sorry, I just blanked out for a second.
It's okay. In what sense was God testing Adam and Eve? And I'm going to give you a hint. It starts with an L.
Well, if we play Pictionary, you got to give us a little more than that.
Okay, it starts with an L-O-V.
Love.
E.
Love. He was testing them in love. Now listen to this, Elisa. I want you to try to imagine going back to high school. Were you in high school?
Weren't we
Barely,
all?
but go ahead.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't do very well in high school either. Now listen. When a boy came up to you and he said, "Hey, Elisa, I want to go out with you. What do you say, honey bun?" And you said...
I kicked him in the balls.
Stop it, Elisa. Stop it.
I'm not kidding. I did.
You kicked him in the balls.
Well, that's how he became a Vatican soprano. That's how he
stop
became
it. You're distracting me. This is horrible. Now, listen.
You wanted the truth. I'm telling you the truth.
All right. Well, I'm trying to give you truth now. Be quiet. Now, listen. When somebody came up to you and said, "I'm interested in you," and Mark and Felix, you guys would know this. You're going to say it with me. Ready? Every guy has heard this. It's inevitable that when a girl doesn't like a guy, they say this line, "I only want to be...
friends."
Friends. Every guy has heard that. Why don't you take the knife and twist it in the heart? Because every guy has heard that. So good job, Elisa. You've done exactly what us guys have feared in high school for a long time. Now listen, would it be right for that same guy, and now you kicked him in the nards, so he wouldn't do this, but supposing you found somebody who really pursued you. But listen. Supposing some guy, he says, Elisa, I love you. And you said, well, look, I only want to be friends. But then he pursued you continually, and he says, Elisa, I don't care if you don't love me. I'm going to love you, and I'm going to force you to love me.
You're gonna wear
Would that really be love?
He got kicked in the balls again.
I know you. You know what? At that point, I think the guy's throat would be sliced open for knowing you now. You're a scary individual. Listen. You would probably say this isn't love. Love doesn't force. Like, I'm married to my wife. I've been married for 13 years. Would it be right for me to how does love work? And I'm going to give you the answer because we're running out of time.
You're asking the wrong person this because I'm so I don't know what I
don't know what love is. Are you married or you have a boyfriend? It's complicated. I understand. Let's not talk about it. Listen to me, Elisa. In a general sense, you know what love is because God has put it in your heart. Listen, is love a forceful thing? Is rape forceful? Oh. Yes. Is that love? Is rape love?
Come on. No, that's power.
No. If I want to love my wife, what must I really do? I must freely choose to love her, and she must what?
To love you back, yeah.
Freely love me back. Now, is that a choice or is that forced?
Choice.
It's a choice. So what God does is he gives, man, this is beautiful, and pardon me if I get a little emotional here, okay? What God does is incredible. He gives man the free choice to love him so that he doesn't force his love on them. So Adam and Eve had that choice, just like you have the choice to love God or to reject God. That's why...
I'm not rejecting him.
Oh, but you are if you don't believe in the right God. But Lisa, that's neither here or there.
I love him.
But Lisa, there's many people who think they love God.
There is only one God.
But Elisa,
we're gonna have to leave it at that.
You can say that you love God, and you might have feelings towards that. I just want to be sure that the love that you feel towards God is done going down the right road. You can go on multiple paths to love God. Some people love God by just doing good works, but disregard the obedience part. Some people are nasty, and they think for instance, Muslims love God.
Chad,
and the
listen, wait, time out. We're taking poetic license here. We're going to get cut off, and Felix wants to play his...
Felix, knock it off.
No, you want to play that favorite song, right?
No, there's no time to play any songs. We're out of time.
Well, I'm right in the middle of the most dynamic part. All right, go ahead, play your song.
No, we only have 60 seconds left. That's it, really. Not even enough time.
We'll have to continue this next week.
Oh, we don't have enough time to do the deal. Okay, Elisa,
90
get my phone number. Elisa, get my phone number from Mark and Felix, and please call me so I can disciple you. You are, trust me when I say, being led down the wrong path. Now, I could tell that you have somewhat of a zeal for God. I really do. Be encouraged by that. But people with zeal with God doesn't not necessarily mean you're saved. It could mean that you can get saved in the future. God can save you. You're not unsavable, Elisa, but I want you to have the right understanding of who God is. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. Guys, it's such a pleasure always to talk to you. Thanks, Mark and Felix, for your wittiness and your humor and your friendship, okay?
All right, thanks a lot for calling, and we'll see you next time. This is Felix for Dr. Mark and myself saying good night, and thank you for listening.
How very true.